So the next question is it all perfect? We hear things like, everything happens for a reason. And every snowflake falls in its perfect place. And is that true? Is everything perfect? And I don't know. Of course I don't know. When I had my spiritual awakening, I had a flashback, kind of like when you're falling and you have a flashback, or your life flashes before your eyes, one of those sort of things. I had that immediately following my spiritual awakening, when I saw my life was perfect in the way that it led me to the place where I came back to God. And I think that we have this flawed view of what perfection is. And I think we see perfection as, does the final product match the blueprint? Because we think that God has this all mapped out. And I don't think that God has this all mapped out. The word that I would use for this life is the expression, right? You take your bowling ball and you bowl it. You put your spin on it, and you allow it to do what it does. The notion that are we living up to God's plan for us doesn't really hold up for me, because I don't believe in time anymore. Is there time in this moment? No. Is there time in the next moment? No. There is sort of a time between moments. So time is kind of here and not here and here and not here and here and not here. So time is constantly being switched on and off, it seems. So it's not real anyway. It's as unreal as an apple is real. So does God see the future? Well, no. If time isn't real, then there's no such thing as future. Can God see something that isn't real? I don't know. I doubt it. Unless you have a good imagination, I guess. But let's look at a leaf, okay? When you look at a leaf, okay, and you see it falling from the branch, you don't look at that leaf and say, oh, it fell too soon. Or what was it waiting for? It should have fallen last week. It falls when it is ready to fall. It did not fall any sooner or any later than it should have fallen. It fell when the time was right for it to fall. It was just enough dead, and the wind blew just enough to blow it, and it fell. The forces that came together, and it fell right when it was ready to. And that is how I see life and the meaning behind it's all perfect. And there's an argument in there with about God. How could God allow this stuff? How could God allow the suffering? And boy, is that a good question. Because if you and I had the power, we'd surely stop it, you know. And I don't think that God is what we think God is, for one. And I don't know how much of this was a plan. You know, I saw that my life was perfect, but I don't know if it was perfect because it unfolded perfectly, or if it was because it was a plan that was perfectly executed. You know, I have no idea. But all the pain that I felt through my life was worth it. The second that I became awake and I had my union with God, it was all fine, and I got it. And I fell in love with my life. I appreciated my life. Let's say, I think we've all had dreams. We've woken up someone in our family is killed in the dream, or we've been chased, or we're crying, we wake up crying that so-and-so has died, or that we were terrified. And when you wake up from a dream like that, and it ruins your entire day, it can ruin your entire day. But we don't think, how could God allow these dreams? How could God allow us to suffer in our sleep? Because we keep waking up. We keep waking up and we say, oh, it's just a dream. And you're not scared of going to sleep the next night. Now, I know that some of us are, but that's, a big picture. Yeah, we could have horrible dreams tonight, but we're still ready to go to bed. We're tired. We're ready to relax. But we're not mad at God when we wake up for allowing us to suffer in our sleep. And we don't know that we're dreaming. But when we wake up, it's okay. And I was suffering for years and years, and when I woke up, it was okay. When we wake up from this, it's okay. It was just a dream. And so it's just while you're dreaming. If you're suffering, it may as well be real suffering. I'm not telling you that your suffering doesn't cause genuine pain. I can tell you that nothing exists and nothing ever existed. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. I can tell you that genuinely, truthfully, honestly. And that pain is not real. And you could throw me into a pot of boiling water and I'll be screaming, it's not real. There's no such thing as pain. And I'm, boiling alive and in pain, and there's no such thing as pain. So I'm not trying to discredit anyone's pain. Just it will be okay when you wake up from this dream, and you will see the big picture, and it will make sense. In the meantime, it stinks. That's true. And even lately, I've been going through some real stinky emotions, heavy depression, struggling with my family. And I've had to pick out caskets, Why am I still worried about dishes? It's this programming. We all have this programming we have to sort out. But without knowing who God is, I can't tell you if it is perfect. But in my own life, I have seen the perfection in it, and it's worth the suffering. And the suffering is temporary. So hang in there. It'll all be fine. It will all be fine. And I think that it will make sense at some point. Hang in there. It's okay. It's okay.